Hello, this is Pastor Lauren Richmond of East Denver Bible Baptist Church. Welcome to our broadcast, Lead Me to the Rock. We're talking about the nation of Israel and bondage. We're going to talk a little bit about Joseph before he went into Egypt and share that here in Genesis chapter 37. We know that he dreamed a dream, and then he went to check on his brothers as his dad had told him to, and they went to feed their father's flock in Shechem, and Joseph's dad told him to go check on the boys and bring them some food, and he did that. And it says in verse number 18 of chapter 37 of Exodus, when they saw, Genesis, when they saw him afar off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him. And they said one to another, Behold, this dreamer cometh. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him and cast him into some pit, and we will say, Some evil beast hath devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dream. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hand, and said, Let us not kill him. And they cast him into a pit. There was no water there, and Reuben convinced them that they should sell him. And they sold him to Judah. In verse number 26, said unto his brethren, What profit if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites. Let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh, and his brethren were content. So they sold him to the Midianites, and he was taken there. He ended up being sold into slavery, ends up with the Egyptians, and actually Potiphar ends up with him. And verse number chapter 39, it says, And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, bought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. The Lord was with Joseph. He was a prosperous man. He was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. And everything that he did prospered there. As a result, he found grace in his master's sight. He was made overseer over his house, but there was a woman there, as Potiphar's wife, who looked at Joseph and lusted after him and tried to figure out a way to get him. And she kept working on him, and finally it says in verse number 8, but he refused and said unto his master's wife, Behold, my master wotteth not what is with me in the house, and he hath committed all that he hath to my hand. And he said he would not do anything with her. And one day, as she catches him, she caught him by his garment, saying, Lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out. It came to pass, when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and was fled forth, she called unto the men of her house, and spake unto them, saying, See what he hath brought in the Hebrew unto us to mock us. He came in unto me to lie with me, and I cried with a loud voice. So there's Joseph, and he ends up being cast into prison. Could have been killed, but he was cast into prison. While he's there, he interprets the butler and the baker's dreams, and God delivers him again. He ends up back in Pharaoh's house, and he interprets Pharaoh's dream, and ends up being the one who delivers Egypt and the Israelites out of famine. God blessed him in a wonderful way, and all that. We don't see Joseph complaining. Joseph continued to do the right thing, and God blessed him in a wonderful way. Oftentimes when we expect things are not going well for us, we tend to complain. Maybe the elections don't go the way you want. You complain about it. You do complain about this and complain about that, and say, well, woe is me. But you know what? We've just got to learn to trust in God. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. He certainly directed Joseph's paths. We serve the same God today. God bless you, and have a wonderful night.